Good morning. This is the time of year we butcher our meat chickens. We got 29 Cornish Cross. We had 30 chicks to begin with, but we lost one at about 2 weeks in. Now this will just be me and my wife doing the butchering, and we don't have any fancy tools or anything to speed us up. We just do it by hand the hard way. So we divided it up into 2 butchering days. We did about half already at about the 8-week-old mark, and it's 2 days later now, and we're going to do the rest of them. And hopefully we can be done before noon. Now we got 14 birds to butcher this morning. We're just getting all prepped and ready here. Didn't feed them since yesterday morning, so their crop should be clear, intestines cleared out. Pretty much. They'll still probably do a little bit. There's our little killing cone and our turkey fryer to scald them. Then I bring them over here to this piece of plywood to pluck them. I get most of the feathers in the wheelbarrow, and then there's my lovely wife does most of the gutting. So we'll get at it. I think my burner went out. Can I help? This one? Okay, the next one. We'll get the next contestant. You can come in here now and get Just finishing up our last chicken, picking a few pin feathers off, and we did about 5 an hour, Janet.
Yeah, probably.
Lots of yellow jackets around here. Not so many flies, but it's yellow jackets. They just go after the blood like crazy. Didn't get stung yet, so it was good. Some of our birds before we package them in our shrink wrap bags. Rinse them off and pat them dry. Now we get the chickens in our shrink wrap bags. This one's ready to go as soon as the water gets hot. Put the straw in there. Sometimes the bags that we got are a little small for some of the chickens. The cost rundown for raising these meat birds, these meat chickens, the Cornish Cross, is like this. We paid $1.95 per chick, and we started out with 30, so that cost us $58.50. That's a little bit more than last year. Last year we paid, let's see, $1.75 a piece, so it's 20 cents more. And people had asked me where we get these because it sounds a little low compared to when they order through mail to get them somewhere. We buy them from a local agricultural co-op. Well, there's a few places around here that sell them. They have about the same price. And what this co-op does is they have 6 dates that you can order to get them throughout the summer, or spring and summer. And what they do is they get a whole bunch of orders and they buy like tens of thousands at a time. And that's why they can get a price down quite a bit. But anyway, we had $58.50 for the chicks. And to raise these chicks, it costs $150.70 for the feed, for a total cost of $209.20. And our total processed meat was 184 pounds. So that calculated out to be $1.14 per pound. That's actually a little bit less than last year. Last year we had $1.24 per pound, but we had lost a few more chickens last year than this year. This year we lost only one. A couple things that I did different this year, raising them with the chicks. Maybe it helped them stay alive, I don't know, but when I first get them, I don't put them on wood chips. I just spread newspapers, just flat newspapers on the bottom, so there's nothing for them to pick and eat. Because I've seen them before where they pick and they're eating these wood chips before you feed them. They always said wait a little bit before you feed them. You'll give them water first, and then wait maybe 2 hours before you give them the feed. Well, I've seen them before, if they're in the wood chips, they start eating those wood chips. And so I wanted to get away from that. So I just tried it with the newspapers this time. So I put them in the cage with the newspaper bottom, dunked each of their beaks in water, and then after 2 hours, then I gave them the chick feed. So maybe that helped, I'm not sure, but that's the way I did it. And I did put a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar for the first week in their water, per gallon of water. Now the way they say you can raise these is like, when you first get them for like the first 4 or 5 days, they can have access to food all day long for 24 hours a day. Then after about 5 days, you take away the feed, so it's like 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And I did that for probably like maybe up to the 5th week. Then after that, I just started feeding them in the morning and then in the afternoon. So I fed them in the morning at 7 a.m. and I gave them enough feed to where I carry them through to maybe 12 or maybe 1 p.m. And then they'd go for a couple hours without feed, and then I'd give them that same amount again, and they'd be done probably about by maybe 8 p.m. So that's how I fed them. We carry these right out to 8 weeks. Last year I think we butchered a few of them maybe after the 7th week. So some of the birds are a little bit bigger than last year. But anyway, that's the rundown for the cost of raising these meat birds. $1.14 per pound. I think that's pretty good. You know, if you were raising these to sell, you could probably make some money. Of course, I didn't count my time. It took time in the morning, time in the afternoon. But anyway, if you didn't count your time, you could probably make some money if you could raise them for $1.14 per pound and maybe sell them for $4 a pound, $5 a pound, depends on where you live, I guess is what they're going for. Well, I hope this video helps you along if you're deciding to try raising chickens or not. It's worth it. It takes some time, but it is worth it. It's real good meat too. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.